In New England, the great show of fall was coming to a close. The last of the foliage was falling, leaving behind bare branches and a colorful carpet on the ground. As the last days of October slipped away, I started to look forward to one of my favorite months, November. November has always felt like a throwaway month, unexciting and overlooked. For many years, I viewed it as just a month to get through and paid it very little attention. But over the past few years, I've come to realize what a beautiful month it is. In the past, when I thought of November, I fixated on all the things I didn't like. The shorter days, the cold, the darkness, the brown, barren earth. It's one of life's cruelest jokes that as humans, we're capable of creating and seeing so much beauty. Yet our brains are hardwired to filter out beauty and focus instead on the negative, on the darkness. We need to constantly, actively fight this basic instinct in order to see the good. So for the past few Novembers, that's what I've been practicing. Being mindful of the beauty that surrounds me and focusing on the light. Yes, focusing on the light. Figuratively, of course, but also quite literally, because in New England, the light in November is like no other month. It is simply gorgeous. It has a soft, airy feel, its color a weaker shade of gold than that of summer light. The light is one of the things I love most about November. But there's more to love and be grateful for. One of my favorite things about November is the weather. Cool enough for sweatshirts and jackets, but not quite freezing cold. It's the perfect month for outdoor adventures. And the best part is, the mosquitoes are gone for the season. The absence of flying, biting insects is always worth celebrating. And the sunsets in November are like no other. This year, late afternoon walks have been some of my favorite November moments. Watching the sun sink slowly behind the trees, shadows growing long, a nip in the air, and hearing the quiet that settles in the late afternoon. November is the transition between fall and winter. The grass is still green, and the days can be warm, yet mornings glisten with the first frosts of winter. And here in New England, one of the best parts of November is its traditions, specifically Thanksgiving. A day dedicated to being with the people you love, being grateful, and of course, feasting to your heart's content. But maybe, best of all, November is the month of slowing down. It brings stillness, quietness. It's the calm before the busy holiday season. It gives us the opportunity to prepare for and slowly settle into winter routines and habits. The lack of daylight drives us indoors and gives us extra space and time to tackle those tasks we may have been putting off over the summer, or to pick up favorite hobbies that have been sitting on the shelf for a while. And outside, a quiet settles like snow. The transition from the loud chorus of summer into the stillness of winter is slow. But in November, it's noticeable. The forest falls quiet, absent of insects and birdsong. All you can hear is the gentle whisper of the wind. And so another fall comes to an end, and though I'm sad to see another autumn fade away, I am looking forward to what's in store the next few months. After all, there's nothing more magical than holiday celebrations in New England.